Hey, what is up everyone, it's Ace, welcome back to another Battlefield 6 video. During the Battlefield 6 open beta, it is no secret that engineers' anti-tank and anti-air weaponry felt very oppressive against vehicles which had basically no unlocks during the open beta. This so-called spam damage has now been reduced as it is being reported by Battlefield Bulletin. DICE lead producer David Sirlin says engineers' anti-tank and anti-air weaponry spam damage has been tuned down against vehicles since the beta has ended. This is great. They're specifically speaking about launches here. I'm not sure if the mine as well, the acoustic mine which was introduced in Battlefield 6, there's a brand new gadget, has also been nerfed because that mine activated from pretty high ranges when you were coming with tank to an objective. The first thing that comes to mind is you driving your tank on Liberation Peak, on breakthrough into Alpha, and that mine would hit you behind the house. You wouldn't even see it and you would just take 50 damage from the front. Just to give you a reminder, 50 damage used to be maximum damage you could do to a tank back in Battlefield 4, just as a reference point. So taking that damage from the front on a tank that has no unlocks, you didn't have APS, you don't have reactive armor, you don't have thermal camo, was pretty rough. I know, of course, that the vehicles in Battlefield 6 full launch will have unlocks, but during the open beta, it definitely added this oppressive feeling when you were playing against engineers. And remember, you could have as many engineers as you wanted in the open beta as well. You know, there's no class cap anywhere, so there was a lot of mines waiting for you and your poor tank when you were playing breakthrough on Liberation Peak. And while I'm very grateful that the Battlefield team acknowledged that the launchers and AT in general was very strong during the open beta, to this day, for some reason in Battlefield Labs, 30 days before Battlefield 6 is coming out, they still have access to double launchers for whatever reason in Battlefield Labs. I hear often complaints from people who are in Battlefield Labs Discord. They send me anonymously, of course, emails and screenshots about what people are saying in the Battlefield Labs Discord, so I'm just telling you this from their perspective. People still have access to double launchers, and every single playtest they keep pinging David Sirlin and other developers who are in that Battlefield Labs Discord about that it's kind of hard to assess really the survivability of vehicles when you have double launchers. I mean, is it really relevant that you maybe reduce the damage of the RPG by, let's say, 10 or 15% when it can just be followed up by immediately an MPT Law or a Javelin, which also do really crazy damage in Battlefield Labs? I'm pretty sure the Battlefield Labs playtesters are gonna get a playtest without the double launchers and having all the vehicle unlocks ready for them, and then they can really tell what tanks, LVs and helicopters, jets and any other vehicles that may be available during Battlefield 6 launch are actually made out of. However, we also must acknowledge that as of right now, the full focus on Battlefield Labs seems to go towards the Battle Royale. The Battle Royale leaks are already everywhere. Even right now, as I'm making this video talking about the launchers, the BR leaks are everywhere. Had a couple people asking me, Ace, why didn't you cover those BR leaks? And I'm just gonna give you immediately my answer. I really don't care about the Battlefield BR. I don't care about any BR. I personally believe that doesn't mean it is that way. It's just my opinion. Is that Battle Royale is played out. It's boring, guys. There's nothing new in this Battle Royales. It's the same game on like a different skin. I don't like it. When you compare it to other genre of games like maybe MMOs or looter shooters or any of the other genres, each of those games, while they are presented in the genre they have something innovative to them. You know, just having destructions and vehicles in, you know, Battlefield BR, it just isn't enough for me to really care about it personally. You know, I already have vehicles and I have destruction in the base game of Battlefield for the past 10-15 years. So, you know, why do I have to play BR to experience the exact same thing I can experience just by playing the game? The biggest benefit of the Battlefield Battle Royale, in my opinion, is that it's free to play. So people who probably don't have maybe money for Battlefield 6 and just want to wait to see how the game plays out and only care about the BR is going to be free to play. So I think that in that regard, I think it's a great addition to the Battlefield franchise. The latest Battlefield 6 drama seems to be again around skins. A new Monster Energy skin leaked a couple of days ago, and it showed, you know, a first look into what a wacky skin might look for Battlefield 6. I think personally the skin isn't too wacky. Yes, it looks stupid. Yes, Neon Lights don't belong in Battlefield 6, but I've seen much worse. But still, you know, EA is EA. If we give them a finger, they're gonna take your entire body. Not your arm, your entire corpse. They're gonna take it. So people are concerned now and are calling for a so-called skin toggle, so you can have a button in-game to have a skin toggle. You might not know this because many people didn't play Battlefield Hardline. You actually had this in Battlefield Hardline. Here it is on the screen. Just go to your options, gameplay, and then visuals, and you had it right there. I had this on throughout my entire playtime of Hardline. I played Hardline on about 3 accounts for the reason I was getting banned on nearly every server, so I just bought a bunch of Hardlines because Hardline was on sale very fast after launch because nobody bought the game, as you guys know. And I really enjoyed that game. That game had a lot of quality of life things and innovative game modes that, you know, even Battlefield 6 doesn't have. I mean, think about it. We had Blood Money, we had the Heist, we had Hotwire, we had unique weapons and unique gadgets. For example, the self-revive was a thing in Battlefield Hardline. It wasn't as overpowered as it sounds, but still Hardline had some pretty crazy gadgets. If you played Hardline, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hardline was a game which had very, very big quality of life things. The only game I could really compare to Hardline when it comes down to quality of life stuff was Battlefield 5, yet another game which just undersold and was abandoned and left to die by EA soon after launch. It's a shame because I think Visceral was a great studio, and I think if DICE had their expertise right now to introduce them some of the quality of life things and just have a bit more outside of the box thinking about the Battlefield franchise, maybe Battlefield 6 would have more innovative stuff than it currently has. So if you were to ask me a question, Ace, we know now that the skin lock was present in Battlefield before, we know it's possible to do. Are we gonna get something like this in Battlefield 6 in case EA goes the route of whack a skin and everybody runs around as a Ninja Turtle? No guys, of course not. We're not gonna get a freaking skin toggle in Battlefield 6. In 2015, when this thing was introduced to Hardline, skins weren't really monetized that hard yet. It was, you know, kind of a fringe thing. It was, you know, it was there, just wasn't, you know, the meat of revenue. Today, guys, it's like a really, really big meat of revenue from battle passes and other forms of payment. And you have to think of it this way. Let's say I'm EA, and if I'm just looking to make max profit from Battlefield, and let's say skins are a part of that plan, there's a higher chance for little Timmy to buy a Ninja Turtle skin if I, as another player, can see that he's a freaking Leonardo or Michelangelo or somebody. If only he knows that only he can see the skin, he maybe not buy the skin, so you know they're losing profit here. So if they do go in the direction of the wacky skins, I'm gonna have to disappoint you here. My opinion is, and I actually don't think it's an opinion, I think it's just factual because other games didn't do a skin toggle either, is that yes, if they go the wacky way, we will unfortunately have to endure those skins as well. It's not going to be just client-sided or anything like that. No, we're going to be able to see them in-game as well. This is just the nature of modern gaming. And Battlefield 6, unfortunately, is going to suffer from those modern things. We already know we're getting a BR. This is a modern gaming thing. We're getting a freaking battle pass. This is a modern gaming thing. So if, you know, if the skins become wacky, this is just something we're going to have to accept as being the part of the modern gaming culture, unfortunately. I hate skins as well, I don't like them. There is some cool skins in other games, but what COD is doing in some of the other games, I just, get me out, you know what I'm saying? So skin toggle, it's not gonna come, unfortunately. I wish it did come. Perhaps maybe they could make a compromise here, and you know, their only compromise here really is to stay grounded with the skins. But as you see, people are getting upset about the Monster Energy skin already. This is like, in my opinion, still sort of grounded. So if they do go the route of the other crazy skins, I definitely think they're going to have to take a big reputation hit to get that big revenue they want from Timmy's and Bob's and Jim Bob's, who are going to be buying these freaking skins for like 30-40 euro or something fucking insane, right? So that's just the nature of things. I really wish it wasn't this way. So yeah, that's gonna be the video for today, guys. If you enjoyed it, then drop a like and a comment for the algo, subscribe if you were new here, and I'll see you boys in another video. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Bye bye. This is Ace signing out.